Before we spend the next 2 days representing the future, it's important that we revisit where we came from and take a look back at what has led up to this day. There's no one who can tell the story of Amazon's 26th year of customer-obsessed innovation and where we go from here than Amazon CEO of Worldwide Consumer, Jeff Wilke, who will take us from Amazon's beginnings to our present, and Vice President of Global Customer Fulfillment, Alicia Bowler Davis, part of the team that takes us forward.
Good morning and welcome to the first ever Represent the Future Successes of Inclusive Summit. I'm Jeff Wilke, CEO of Amazon's Worldwide Consumer Organization. It's my great honor to be here virtually with you today to kick off this Career Enrichment Summit. This event is designed to bring together, uplift, and inform Black, Latinx, and Native American professionals from all backgrounds and levels of experience. The team has assembled an incredible lineup of informational sessions, panel discussions, and musical celebrations. You'll hear from Black, Latinx, and Native American leaders and employees who will share what it's like to work at Amazon. You'll also hear from our recruiters and hiring managers from across Amazon. They'll share insights about our 14 leadership principles that guide how we work. You'll hear about current job openings and about the interview process we use to fill them. And we'll connect you with recruiters and other Amazonians in what we're calling Day in the Life sessions. I've lived the Amazon life for more than 21 years, and it's been an incredible ride. I lead our Worldwide Consumer Organization, which means I'm responsible for the end-to-end Amazon customer experience. Amazon has hundreds of millions of customers who benefit from diversity of thought and experience. We're a company of builders who bring varying backgrounds, ideas, and points of view to inventing on behalf of our customers. Our diverse perspectives come from many sources, including gender, race, age, national origin, culture, education, as well as professional and life experience. I've had a chance to see that diversity at work and grow in influence during my time at Amazon. I had the privilege of being executive sponsor of our Black Employee Network for more than a decade. And now I serve as executive sponsor of our Latinos at Amazon affinity group. The world has changed dramatically over the past year. We've seen the disproportionate impact of the pandemic on people of color, the repeated instances of institutionalized violence against Black people, and the rise of racial equality movements. The injustices we are increasingly aware of are not new. People of color have faced them for generations. But these recent events have caused us to assess at a deeper level who we are as an employer, how we stay connected with diverse and underrepresented communities, and how we interact with job candidates seeking to join Amazon. One outcome of this assessment is an increase in our investments in recruiting initiatives designed to reach professionals in the Black, Latinx, and Native American communities. These include our partnerships with HBCUs and Hispanic serving institutions, as well as events like this one. We're hard at work to ensure Amazon is a top employer for people of all backgrounds. But we have more to do than just hire people from diverse backgrounds. We must focus on representation that is inclusive of hiring, retention, and growth and development. We're focused on growing our leaders at different levels within Amazon. You'll see this take place through big, robust programs like our $700 million commitment to upskilling, as well as smaller pilots like the Black Employee Network Executive Leadership Development Program, which includes targeted and specialized training to build leaders at the director level and above. I mentioned that Amazon has 14 leadership principles that guide our work. These principles include customer obsession, ownership, hire and develop the best, and other core ideas for how we believe an Amazonian should think and operate. But these principles are not frozen in amber. Every few years since we created them almost 20 years ago, our leadership team takes a close look at these principles to see if they need updating. A few years ago, we made an update to one of our existing principles, our Write a Lot. We added the idea that leaders, quote, seek diverse perspectives, and work to disconfirm their beliefs. We not only welcome diverse opinions, we have made seeking out these perspectives a key part of our culture. One of my core beliefs is that teams that bring different perspectives to their work, when they're well led, drive greater innovation. That's one reason I'm excited to introduce you to our next speaker and our latest addition to Amazon's senior leadership team, Alicia Boler-Davis, the company's vice president in charge of global customer fulfillment. Alicia is relatively new to Amazon, but brings a wealth of experience. Before she joined us last year, Alicia spent 24 years and 8 months at General Motors. In her last role at GM, Alicia served as the executive vice president of global manufacturing and labor relations. While she was at GM, Alicia and I were introduced by a mutual friend, and we agreed to have lunch. We hit it off right away. While it wasn't technically a job interview, because she wasn't planning to leave GM and I didn't have a job, an open job, I wanted to see if she would be a fit for us. I didn't exactly grill Alicia, but I asked her the questions we would ask a prospective executive. Like, had she done any work in a software-based environment? Did she have experience with HR and finance and operating a large organization? I asked her slightly wonky questions about lean and statistical process control. Of course, I asked questions related to our leadership principles. Was she customer obsessed? Did she dive deep? Did she have a bias for action, even when there were some risks involved? I quickly learned that the answer to these questions was yes. We spent the rest of the conversation talking about our employee base. This is a passion for me. You may be wondering why I'm wearing flannel today. Well, during the fourth quarter every year, I wear flannel as a tribute to our workers in the fulfillment centers. It's a callback to the days when Amazon's corporate employees would work right alongside associates during the holidays. It was clear to me in speaking with Alicia that she would treat our hourly employees with the respect and dignity they deserve, and that she would teach other leaders to do the same. I was incredibly impressed. I knew we needed to do everything we could to hire her, and we're so fortunate that she joined us. Alicia is clearly someone who will continue to be a great leader for Amazon. Well, I'll turn things over to Alicia now, but let me first say thank you again for joining us for this summit. Another one of our leadership principles is learn and be curious. I hope that you'll bring your curiosity to these next 2 days and that you'll stay connected with Amazon and our hiring teams.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm not sure how many of you know this, but Jeff recently announced that he plans to retire from Amazon during the first quarter of 2021. When he made that announcement, Jeff Bezos sent a note to all of Amazon's employees, and he mentioned that Jeff Wilke had been a tutor to him and an incredible teacher to all of us. I just want to thank Jeff for what he's already taught me during my short time at Amazon. I first met Jeff Wilke when a mutual friend introduced us. I was so impressed with Jeff's passion and his depth of knowledge. He was a fellow chemical engineer, and he told me about his journey here at Amazon and talked a lot about the culture of Amazon, and it got me pretty excited. We talked about lean manufacturing, systems thinking, and solving challenging problems. All those things that I love. He was really passionate about it. This conversation led to an opportunity to learn more about Amazon, a company that's doing amazing things, and I felt I could use my skills and experience and be successful here. I just thought, why not try something different? Amazon's leadership principles resonated with me, and the culture aligned with the way I like to work. So I thought it may be a good match for me. I've been an Amazon customer for many years, and let's just say that I'm a very active Prime shopper. In a previous role at General Motors, heading customer experience, our team kept asking, who's the best company in the world when it comes to customer experience? Who actually works their way backwards from the customer as part of their culture? It was Amazon, and it was a natural company for me to benchmark. I used to actually think about what it would be like to work for a company that was truly obsessed with customer needs and then creating solutions to delight them. Amazon is always in pursuit of something better, and I was really fascinated by that. Later, when I had an opportunity to visit Seattle and go through the formal interview process, I remember ending my day saying, wow, I really can see myself here. I want to be part of this team. I want to be part of this company. I want to help and be part of making history. And so here I am, 18 months in. Thank you for having me today at the Represent the Future Summit. I'm looking forward to sharing some thoughts, and you can too, by using the social media hashtag #AmazonRepresents. When I joined Amazon last year as Vice President of Global Customer Fulfillment, we were already growing at warp speed, and it hasn't stopped. We are constantly hiring and onboarding people in our operations network as we grow to meet our commitments to our customers. As part of my onboarding, I had an opportunity to work in a fulfillment center sorting, picking, and packing, and I also went on delivery routes with drivers. It's really inspiring to perform the work and see it from the eyes of our employees. It's part of our DNA to put ourselves in others' shoes in order to think about how we can make things better and to invent and improve. And it's so great to be in an environment where there are so many people around you who are curious and finding solutions to do better. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about diversity and inclusion, and then I'd like to give you my perspective about career development too. Amazon's mission is to be the Earth's most customer-centric company, and this mission is central to our work in diversity and inclusion. Our customers are diverse, and we know we serve them better with diverse teams that help us push each other to think bigger and differently about the products and services that we build for our customers and the day-to-day nature of our workplace. We recognize we have room for improvement, and we are not yet where we need to be. As a Black woman engineer, increasing diversity in tech is close to my heart. It is a collective challenge that needs a team effort. Amazon's work in this area is threefold. First, building an inclusive culture. We have created educational initiatives like Juneteenth Day of Learning and Reflection. We continually improve our mentorship programs and opportunities for development, such as our Career Choice program. In addition, our 12 affinity groups have 87,000 members around the world who passionately and positively impact our company, each with an executive sponsor that ensures these groups are engaging at every level of the company. We interact and seek their ideas to improve our inclusion efforts internally and externally. Second, we're constantly developing our people pipeline and seeking to hire the best talent. We are investing in building out the next generation of technical talent for the industry and expanding opportunities for students from underrepresented backgrounds. Our efforts focus on two goals. First, to contribute to changing the talent pipeline long-term through Amazon Future Engineer, a childhood to career program that will inspire and train more than 10 million underprivileged and underrepresented students each year about computer science. And in 2017, we committed $50 million over 5 years to STEM programs for diverse communities. We actively partner with organizations and academic institutions that reach underrepresented communities like historically Black colleges and universities, Hispanic serving institutions, and women's colleges. In addition, we've created non-traditional learning pathways like the Amazon Veteran Technical Apprenticeship, which places transitioning members of the military into apprenticeships at Amazon with the intent to later hire them with the technical skills needed for a full-time role. This summit is another example of engaging with the communities that we serve and want to hire from. But really, great talent and people who are a fit for Amazon can come from anywhere. We're looking for people from all sorts of backgrounds who model our leadership principles and who want to make a real impact. Whether you're just starting out in your career or have done a lot already, Amazon offers an opportunity to try lots of different things, to move into different roles or different businesses. There is so much flexibility. The third thing about Amazon is that we obsess over customer inclusion. Through our technology, Amazon enables our sellers, creators, and builders from all backgrounds opportunities to follow their passion and find their best future. Without extensive network or capital, authors, technologists, and entrepreneurs can achieve their dreams by using Amazon's products and services. Amazon's focus on accessibility has made shopping and other daily experiences simpler for people with disabilities. Being part of a company that is actively addressing diversity and inclusion inspires me every day. The last part of my comments focus on a bit of career advice. When I first came to Amazon after 24 years somewhere else, I was excited, but also nervous. A few months in, I was asking myself, did I do the right thing? Part of that was because I was trying to add value while also learning. I had to figure out what I could bring right away and where I had to be vulnerable and figure it out, while still making progress, even if I had the uncomfortable feeling of not knowing a lot about specific areas or processes. It was important in those first months to try and define what I knew and what I didn't know, and then figure out a way to close the gap and do the work with humility, knowing that I didn't have all the answers. So that's the first thing, doing the work to close the gaps. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Let's talk about career development. A lot of you here are early in your careers and some further along. My philosophy on career development is that you own it. You play a very key role in the areas that you'll pursue in your next opportunities. That attitude opens the door for you to follow your interest. It opens the door for you to meet and have exposure to other areas of the business or new areas altogether, and to have an impact in a broader way. So be open to new opportunities. Don't be afraid to push yourself. Sometimes we think that we have to have everything ready today, all of these different skills and experiences, in order to move to a different area or land the next big job. And I would say that you should have confidence in yourself and your ability to ramp up and scale quickly in order to have an impact and to be very effective. Don't limit yourself as you're looking for different opportunities. Identify people who will push you. There are people who pushed me out of my comfort zone, who brought opportunities to me that I was not even considering, or who challenged me to think much bigger than I may have been thinking about at the time, and who also would stand up for me and talk about why they thought I was ready or could do something. It really made a huge difference in navigating my career path. Next, I think good career development takes good mentors. Maybe it's a functional mentor who can help you think big about your field. Maybe it's a business mentor from another part of the business who can help you see around corners. Maybe it's more of a leadership mentor who can coach you on soft skills or how to navigate within your organization. I have been fortunate to have mentors and to mentor others for many, many years. I think it's a great relationship because not only is the mentee getting something, the mentor gets something. When looking for mentors, don't just look for someone who's just like you. Mentors for me who were from different backgrounds, who may work in different parts of the company, have been invaluable, including people from a different ethnic background. I have learned a lot, and I've grown from having a diverse set of mentors, and that's really important. Lastly, I want to touch on the feeling when you don't think you can do something. Let me be frank. I think it could be nerve-wracking to push yourself out of your comfort zone. There have been times during my career when I've gone into a new area and I didn't know much about it. I think about how was I able to navigate that. In that situation, I always think about connections I can make. Who do I need to know? What do I need to learn? When I do that, it helps to build confidence that I can do this. I can find a way. I also look for inspiration from others who have done it. I'll ask, what did they do? What were some of the tools or techniques that they used? That's what is great about summits like this that offer career enrichment. So what do you do when you have that feeling in your stomach that you're not the expert because you don't have all the answers? Do you give up or do you push through it? Ask yourself, what gaps do I have? And then be willing to do the hard work. That's what I do. I expect that I'm going to be uncomfortable. I expect that I'm going to have failures. I expect that I'm going to have a really steep learning curve at times. And then I just buckle down, do the hard work, and try to enjoy the journey. A lot of great self-talking and reflecting on how far I've come also help when things get really, really tough. Thanks for inviting me here today, and enjoy your summit.